Welcome back to another edition of Who You Got here on WUVA. I'm William Foshee, joined alongside by Jake Malasek. And Jake, it's the big one. Virginia Tech, the Commonwealth Cup, and Virginia has got to look to keep the ball rolling.
I'm very, very excited about this game. Virginia is heading down to Blacksburg to take on the Hokies at Lane Stadium. They're coming off a hot one, 4-game win streak, while the Tech Hokies are coming off a 4-game losing streak. I like this matchup. I think it's going to be a great game.
Well, I mean, you talk about momentum, and you certainly can't underplay that factor. UVA coming in on a 4-game win streak, while Virginia Tech coming in on a 4-game loss streak after getting kind of it handed to them by Clemson.
Clemson did give those boys a good beatdown down there in Blacksburg. And I will say one thing with the COVID parameters in place here in Virginia, no fans at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg will be an issue with momentum for the Hokies. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep up that momentum with a hot Cavaliers team coming to town.
And a hot Cavaliers team led by Brennan Armstrong, who has really started out a little bit rocky, but come into his own this season.
Brennan Armstrong's coming off back-to-back 400 total yard plus games, running and throwing. He has run for over 100 yards in the past 2 games. Virginia's offense is hot coming into this game, and let's be honest, the Hokies have struggled on the defensive end. As you said, averaging 39 points against. They haven't rushed the quarterback very well. Their secondary, while showing a few glimpses of the old Virginia Tech defense against the Clemson team, they've been struggling and they haven't looked great. So it's going to be interesting to see how Brennan Armstrong and those offensive guys at UVA can go down to Blacksburg and see what they can do down there.
And as the leading passer and rusher for the team, he certainly is going to play a critical part in the offense. And on the other side, the Virginia defense is certainly going to have to step up to the plate, particularly if the Hokies start to try to take some long shots downfield.
The loss of Charles Snowden is a big loss to the Cavaliers. Regardless, they need to shore up that secondary in general. The secondary gives up too many big plays. They let up a lot of deep shots downfield, and when you said momentum, that's going to be a big factor in this game. If the Cavaliers can limit that long yardage play to the Hokies, I think they have a very good chance to win this game.
And all eyes are going to be on Nick Jackson, the sophomore from Atlanta, linebacker, 95 tackles on the season thus far. It's going to be critical that he continues to be a young leader on this team for the defense to succeed. Defense
is something Coach Mendenhall prides himself on here at Virginia, and that front seven's going to have to get to that quarterback. Regardless of who it may be, Hendon Hooker might step in, but Burmeister might be getting the start. It's going to be interesting to see how many times they can get to that quarterback.
And on the other side of the field, the Virginia Tech Hokies offense is not one to be trifled with. Khalil Herbert, the Virginia Tech running back, is an absolutely fantastic player. He's been putting up big numbers. He has the explosion in the open field that if he gets out there, once again, UVA's secondary is going to have to be sharp and alert to track him down.
The player I want to watch most for the Hokies is Trey Turner, big wide receiver who's going to need to diminish that secondary for Virginia in order to make those big plays and swing the momentum to Tech's side.
Jake, it's the big one, and now we've got to make the call. Who you got for this week's game?
Virginia opens up as 2.5-point underdogs to the Hokies on Saturday. I think that's a little disrespectful to the Cavaliers coming off that 4-game winning streak. I like Virginia. I like Virginia by a big margin. I think they're going to walk into Blacksburg with no fans at Lane Stadium. I think it's going to be a blowout.
I think I've got to agree with you there. I think that the Cavaliers are really coming in hot. They know what this game means. They know how important it is not to just reclaim the Commonwealth Cup, but to keep that streak going. This is an absolutely critical game for the program. Now sitting at 5-4 on the season. Bowl game contention, looking for something big. This is a must-win. I think they're going to pull it off. 8 o'clock on Saturday on the ACC Network. It'll be the big one. For WUVA, I'm William Foshee, joined alongside by Jake Malasek. This has been Who You Got.